First off, I want to welcome everybody here to this year's Glengarry Renaissance Fair. And I want to know from you, the audience, how's everybody doing out there? Well, we're going to continue on with this warm-up. We're looking at crowd interaction. Can I get all the men in the audience to stomp your feet twice? And then together, gentlemen, together. All right, watch this. Could I get all the ladies in the audience to clap your hands once? See that, men? Absolute perfection. All right, well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get the men to stomp their feet twice together, like at the same time. Then we're going to get the ladies to clap your hands once right after, and we're going to continue on with that beat, starting now. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Knights of Valor Full Contact Jousting Show. I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Shane Adams. I'm captain of the Knights of Valor, and some of you may have seen me on a hit TV show on history called Full Metal Jousting. Do we have any fans of Full Metal Jousting here today? Great, like 50 people. Awesome. Well, that's fun, because I told history. It didn't matter how many millions of dollars we spent, and we spent millions, to try and capture the sport and put it on your TV. Nothing compares to watching jousting without seeing it live. And today, right here in this arena, you are about to see full contact jousting live. What do you say? Now, right there, did you hear that energy coming from your voices? Well, that's the energy that these knights are going to need to hear. That's the energy that they are going to need to feel when they ride into this arena. Take solid wooden lances in hand, turn their horses towards each other, charge full speed to compete in one of the stupidest sport mankind ever invented, jousting! Now, when I say extreme, it's so fun. I mean extreme. You see, jousting companies all over the world say that the Knights of Valor are far too extreme, that we put unnecessary risk upon our competitors. Well, duh, that's what happens when you joust for real. And when you're from Canada and have free healthcare, why not? So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to divide the crowd in such a way that today our Knights will feel equally cheered for, equally blessed. And as this is here today, I need to have three mighty huzzahs for the Duchy of Glengarry. We have our sister queens here from Glengarry in the dais, with their course ladies in waiting and a more I see as well. May I continue on with this competition? Indeed, indeed. Well, then, my lords and ladies, from this dais, all the way around to my right, right over here to this tent. Everybody on this side of the arena! Do that one more time. Everybody on this side of the arena! You, my lords and ladies, will be cheering for one of our newest knights. Today, you will be cheering for Sir Graham Luck. So when Sir Graham rides into this arena, when Graham takes up lance in hand, how are you going to cheer on Sir Graham to victory? Well, with cheers like that, he's probably going to lose. That, my lords and ladies, from this dais, all the way around to my left again, up here to the tent, to everybody on this side of the arena! Everybody over here has already been to the pub.
Not yet.
Today, you'll be cheering for Sir Tyler Beckley.
He might be my favorite, actually.
When Tyler takes lance against Sir Graham, how are you going to cheer on Tyler to victory? For Sir Graham! For Tyler! Graham! For Tyler! He doesn't really care, he just wants to see a bunch of guys hit each other. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're bringing that one at a time. First up, this man hails from just outside London, Ontario, Canada. He, my lords and ladies, is the man we call the Judge. Ladies and gentlemen, raise your voices one and all for a young gun indeed, Sir Graham Luck! Sounds like that crowd's booing louder than you guys are cheering. Cheer on Graham a little bit more.
He's got fabulous hair.
Really does.
He's riding that beautiful war horse by the name of Dane. Raise your voices one and all for Sir Graham and Dane. Now, my little ladies, are you ready for me to bring in your champion? Ladies and gentlemen, this night has been with the Knights of Valor for some probably 15 years now. And in that time period, well, he decided to leave us for a little bit because the Canadian Air Force wanted him to fly fast jet. He is the captain of the Canadian Air Force flying Hornets above us here today. My lords and ladies, raise your voices all for right here from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, Sir Tyler Beckley! Raise your voices one and all for Sir Captain Tyler Beckley and the flag! This is like a bad joke. What happens when a judge and a captain of the Air Force enter a jousting arena? Yeah, we're going to find out. Well, my lords and ladies, these are our warriors. These are your champions. How do you receive them? Give them your voices! I know everybody here is ready for some violence, aren't you? But before we get there, we have to pay tribute to an ancient knightly tradition. Not knightly with a K. What happens in Colorado stays in Colorado. Now, my lords and ladies, you see, back in the olden days, before battle, quest, and tournament, knights would often venture to their own village, there to choose one. One lady they would call their own queen of love and beauty. You see, they gave that lady the rose. They fought for that lady's honor, and perhaps died for that lady's love. They didn't say they were smart back then. Now, my lords and ladies, on this day, you see our knights. They're not carrying weapons of war, no. Instead, they're carrying the most powerful weapon indeed, the rose. And it's with this rose that they're choosing amongst you, good ladies, or men. That's right, it's the 21st century. We're proud of that.
Yeah!
What do we call our queen of love to do this day? So with that said, do we have any single or perhaps unsatisfied housewives in the audience?
Your husband points at you when you say unsatisfied.
No, you were in the kick. No.
That's a good comment, yes.
Wow, Sir Graham. Nobody shows him one of them. Now, hold on one second. You have to chat these days. I know you're a judge and everything, but it's important. Hold on. Are you above 18? Whoa.
That's good. Do I hear soda pop? Trying to get photos.
My little soda pop.
Dude, star! Yes! And what is your lady's name? Yasmin. My mortal lady is the beautiful, enchantress Yasmin. Now, Tyler, I saw you come in today carrying two precious gifts. And I want to know, are you a smart man here today? Yes. Have you chosen your favorite? And where is your favorite here today? Your favorite? The lovely Lady Nadia! You can't find your wife anywhere, can you? Now you see, he was supposed to choose his wife, but apparently that didn't happen because you can't find her anywhere. Usually when he wants to get away from her, he just jumps in the plane and starts flying around, but he's supposed to be here today. She's supposed to be here. Hold on, did you find her? Oh, where's Tyler's wife?
Oh?
Where is she? Where is she?
Oh.
Go to her.
That is quite the bouquet.
That's so cute.
Now we're going to forget that he actually gave a rose to Nadia. Sorry, Nadia. She's fine with it. She's fine with it. And I have to tell everybody here, not only do we thank the Canadian Air Force for allowing Tyler to be able to come out and stay with us, but we also thank his beautiful wife. My ladies and a nice round of applause for the Glengarry family! Well, dude, she just said that she loves you. That's awesome. That's awesome. My ladies, have a nice round of applause for all of our beautiful ladies here.
I'm not gonna lie, if Michael would be doing this and he gave it to someone else, I wouldn't be mad. Yeah, me neither. It's part of the occupation.
We'll have a chance for these athletes to warm up. Yeah. Hold on. Now, athletes, I'm not referring to the guys in the shiny suits of armor. Let's face it, they're not athletes, they're not stuntmen, and they're definitely not actors. You can tell just by looking at them. I'm referring to the true athletes here, our war horses. Have a nice round of applause for our war horses. Now, we're going to have a warm up for these war horses, but we're going to make it a little bit exciting for you guys by having 2 games on horseback. And the winner of each game will receive a handful of gold. And we will then share that gold to you and your cheering fans. Who wants gold? Who would rather have free beer? Not going to happen, but if you'd like to have a beer today, it's over there in the hall behind us. That's right, go and say hello to Ava. Give her a nice tip and she'll, of course, give you a nice cold beer. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we need the help of our trusty squires. Ladies and gentlemen, let's round of applause for the Knights of Iowa Squires! Okay, now I know the squires are all over there, but we're going to have somebody hold on to the reins and stuff. Yeah. All right. Now, my lords and ladies, then the Knights are going to turn their spears around to the sharp end and throw their spears into the targets you see on the field. The right center, that's the bullseye worth 5 points. The white circle, 3 points. Black circle, 2. And for near striking a bell, 1 point. The Knights with the most points at the end of the 2 passes will be victorious and will win that goal. Who believes that Sir Tyler will win the goal? Who believes that Sir Graham's going to win the goal? You people are cold. I love it. All right. Sir Graham has his spear. Sir Graham, ready to charge on. Give him some luck. One. A miss. The throw. Where is that? It is in the black. By which the lane, Sir Graham has 3 points over here. 3 points on this first pass. All right, he has his spear. Turning his horse about charging down. Give Sir Graham your voices. 1. A miss. The throw. My lords and ladies, I must say that attempt did suck it. I can't say words, these are people win. All right, my lords and ladies, that's a total of 4 points for Sir Graham. Well, I don't know why you're booing. That's actually a really bad score, so you'd be cheering for that. Yeah, there you go. All right, now in the list, we have Sir Tyler. Now this man usually has a jet through all the turn before, and he's already shot down a couple of people, probably 20 or 30 miles away already. Let's see if Tyler can use his own eyes and skill to spear these wings and get the target. Who thinks Tyler can beat the score? 4! Alright, here it comes. Your voices. 4, Sir Tyler. 1. The throw. Ooh! My lords and ladies, you see, that's what happens when you're locked in your basement playing video games all day. 2 points only. 2 points. That means you've got to get 2 to tie, 3 to win. Can he do it? Sir Tyler charging down, wondering if he got the right color to pay for his voice. 1, 2, the drive! Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the first game and a handful of gold, Sir Tyler Beckley! Now Sir Tyler grabs a big handful of gold. He's riding over to his crowd. If you want gold, raise your voices for Sir Tyler!
Yeah. Last year was like old times.
I said, should we give Graham one more chance? By giving him one more chance, also gives you another chance for more gold. Now you're thinking better. Okay. So, let's see. We're going to have another game. Anthony. I want everybody to say goodbye, Anthony.
Bye, Anthony.
Now we're going to give him a fighting chance though. We're going to put a helmet on his head, a little protection, something his parents should have thought about a long time ago apparently.
It's gonna work right the first time!
You have really bad parents. Parents, if you don't know why it's funny, keep on drinking. Now we put a helmet on his head. Now on top of his head, we are going to throw a melon. Yes, toss it up in the air. It's a real melon. Cost me $5.30 at Walmart. Okay, put it up on top of his head.
We're out to stand and there's a bunch of horses and spears.
Don't move, Anthony.
I wish
Don't move.
you had
Okay. But Anthony, I need you to put your hands in such a way to protect yourself. Now stop moving. Don't move. Don't even breathe, Anthony. Don't even breathe. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you see a giant melon on top of his head. The knights are going to ride down with sharpened sword and attempt, well, not to just cut that melon in half. That's too easy. Plus, we only have the 1 melon. Again, it costs $5.35. So, instead of cutting it in half, we're going to award victory to the knight who's able to slice that melon closest to the top of the helmet without turning Anthony into diced fruit. What do you say? You want to see it? Who would rather see Anthony get hit in the head? I love the fact that I'm Canadian. All right. Now, my lords and ladies, up first we have the judge, Sir Graham Luck, charging down for your voices. Raise your voices for your champion. Holy cow! Are you kidding me? Ladies and gentlemen, complete slice. There's maybe, 2 centimeters of melon there. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going back up on his head. A nice round of applause for Graham. That was an awesome shot. Now this is where the game gets really dangerous. We are now going to give the sword to Tyler. Yeah, that's the most dangerous part. Tyler, are they bringing you down here? Hey, hold on. Just because he makes over 6 figures a year off of our taxes doesn't mean you should boo him. You know what? I like your attitude. Yeah, Tyler. Now, Tyler's there. He has his sword. His crowd's cheering for him. Wake up, what's that? Target's that way. Target's that way. Here we go. Wow! Ladies and gentlemen, that means the winner, Sir Graham! Sir Graham now gets a handful of gold.
Alright, I can do that.
Now, if a lance flies into the crowd and you get impaled by a lance,
Why do I need
you can keep it as a souvenir! We'll even sign it for you at the end of the show. If you want to get one the easy way, we do have some over there in that corner tent, our popcorn booth. We have swords, we have axes, we have broken lances, all of them broken from these lances that we have used in shows gone by. And remember, all proceeds go towards the real stars of the show, our war horses. Now, remember, my little ladies, the louder you cheer, the faster these horses will go. The louder you cheer, the harder these knights will hit. And you want a fast, hard-hitting joust, you know? My little ladies, 1 point for a touch, 5 points for broken lance, 10 points for unhorsing. Knights, receive your lances. Receive. Coming out. And the crowd goes crazy! Whoa. Oh, Graham almost comes off. Gets the lance, Graham. Gets the lance. Graham almost comes off of that hit. Stop the horse, Graham. All right. That's a good crew down here. That's what happens when you get knights to squire, everybody. Grab the reins, pull it up to the horse. That's a good job. Can I have some knights with actually squire experience down over here? Perfect. All right, Graham, make your way back over. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that was a solid shot for Sir Tyler. 1 point. Also on target, Sir Graham, 1 point. We are tied 1-1. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, second pass. Knights, receive your lances. Knights received. Knights coming about. And the crowd goes wild.
Whoa!
Well, apparently, Dane, that war horse, doesn't like the fine that Graham gave him back the last time he went to court. So we're going to send Graham back down over there again. We're going to put Graham back in. Squire Andrew over there trying to get that horse back in the list. Ladies and gentlemen, have again a nice round of applause for these war horses. Now understand that these knights actually drop their reins before they actually hit. So the horses, if they want to leave this joust list, they can absolutely leave. So we're not forcing them to do this by any means whatsoever. But remember, for everybody here, the targets, they're not the horses. They're the dummies that are riding them. All right. Knights, now, receive your lances. Knights receive. Knights coming back. And the crowd goes crazy! Ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, that was 1 point for Sir Graham. He was on target there. Sir Graham takes the lead. The score now 2-1 in favor of Sir Graham. Knights, receive your lances. Knights receive. Knights coming about. And the crowd erupts with energy. Woo! 1 point for each knight. 1 point. Ladies and gentlemen, Sir Graham still in the lead. The score now 3-2. Knights
Very good.
receiving their 4th lance. Somebody over here has been watching far too much violence on television. Knights receive. Knights coming about. We're going to jump out of the gate. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Tyler Beckler, he on target, taking the shoulder armor right off of the judge. But we're going to actually keep on going without the shoulder armor. Again, we're in Canada and we have free health care. Knights, receive your lances. Knights receive. Knights coming about. The score 4-3. Here we go. Well, we saw that one coming. All right, we're gonna have another pass. We're not gonna let it end like that. Get Dave back in the list. We're gonna get it right back going again. Knights, receive your lances. Knights, receive your lances. I appreciate it. Knights, receive. Knights, coming about. Everybody, go nuts! A big hit, my ladies, but both knights 1 point each. Sir Graham still in the lead. The score now 5-4. Now we haven't had any broken lances, but you can see how badly that lance is flexed. It did not break though. Look at that. Wow. But we're going to have, well, it's up to you, the audience. What do you say? You want to see another pass? I said you want to see another pass. Knights, receive your lances. Knights receive. Knights coming out. Set, charging. Well, my lords and ladies, I have to say that that one absolutely, well, it just plain out sucked. Now, Dane went through the list at the far end. I'm pretty sure that these knights are having problems breathing. But do you know what? I don't really care. We're going to have the knights go back in and do it again. And if they pass out through exhaustion, well then, too bad. Sir Graham making his way into the list. Knights receive your lances. How can turn that horse around, Andrew? Knights, receive. Knights coming out. And the crowd goes wild! Ladies and gentlemen, we give a broken lance on this end here, which means the winner of the joust, Sir Graham! Ladies and gentlemen, give your knights your voices! Both these guys out here risking their lives for you, my loyalty ladies. How about 3 mighty huzzahs for the war horses? Hip hip! Huzzah! Hip hip!
Huzzah!
Hip hip!
Huzzah!
Now I need to go from each and every one of you here. Did you enjoy the show?
Woo!
I said, did you enjoy the show?
Woo!
Do you want to see more?
Yes!
Then come back at 4:30. And tell them, my loyalty ladies, I'm Shane Adams. I want everybody here to have a great time at this year's Glengarry Renaissance Fair.
This year is much warmer, and I am slowly giving away my flowers to small children. I am thankful this year is more like a mix of the last 2 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm so curious.
Wait! I was not prepared! I was not prepared!
Hold on, I'm drawing a blank. Hold on.
Wow!
Occasionally there's jam sessions at work.
That's right. Honestly, hasn't been one for a while.
Yo, that's such a hard flex. Imagine showing up here and saying, I played the hurdy-gurdy, and it's like this mythical beast from God knows where it comes from. Like, Jesus. Wow, well, of course, we know where it comes from because you gave us a little history lesson. Oh, that's so cool.
Awesome. Thank you.
Someone gave it to me. I don't know. That's what you're supposed to do.
Nightly with a K. With a K. My lords and ladies, for Sir Nicholas, the beautiful Princess Alicia! Point structure is 1 point for a touch, 5 points for a broken lance, 10 points for an unhorsing. Knights, receive your lances. Knights receive. Knights coming about. And the crowd goes crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, 1 point for the Canadians. 1 point for Sir Andrew. Hold on, we're going to move the pauldron. Apparently, Nicholas is taking Andrew off one piece at a time. That's right, we're going to remove that shoulder armor. That's the pauldron, removing it.
Oh, that one.
That's what happens when it's made in America.
It reminds me of Ariel's dress, the way it sparkles in the sun.
Oh, that was the little girl.
Oh, wow.
with the lemonade. Okay, so this is yours. Oh yeah. This is our collective. We've decided.
Oh! Coming
It's
back.
the end of the Ren Faire.
I'm saying you can. I'm not saying you will.
We are about to go home. It's been a fun day. I still have flowers, so I'm going to give out the rest of them at YetiCon.
I thought they were coming back around this way.
No.